Millionaire comedian Amy Schumer buys a legendary home from Moonstruck, last listed for $11 million. Amy Schumer is Moonstruck, the actor and comedian who was pretty in yellow at the LA premiere of the second season of Only Murders in the Building, has been touring multiple Brooklyn Heights townhouses, and we hear is in contract to buy 19 Cranberry Street. That's where Moonstruck, the Oscar winning 1987 film starring Cher and Nicolas Cage, was filmed. The deal, however, has not yet closed. I wonder if Cher's still alive. She must be like 90 something. The 19th century 26-foot wide home first hit the market for 12.85 million in February and was last asking $11 million. The sellers bought it for 3.85 million in 2007. Imagine making like a crazy profit like that. Like, oh, making millions and millions of dollars off of one property. Like, that'd be crazy. Built in 1829, the five-bedroom home is of 5,568 square feet, and the listing brokers Karen and Kyle Talbot of Coran declined to comment. The news comes as Schumer and her husband, Chris Fisher, have listed their Upper West Side penthouse at 190 Riverside Drive for $15 million. That five bedroom home, a 4,500 square foot penthouse with a 3,000 square foot outdoor space over two levels, opens to a key locked elevator and sits at the top of a landmark Books Arts building. So, one of the five bedrooms inside the home. I mean, that's not a bad looking room. Townhouse is stately on the Cranberry Street. Dining area. It comes with glass walls that open and extend to surround a wrap terrace for an LA style indoors outdoors living space in the heart of the Upper West Side. The building dates to 1908. Schumer bought the full floor modern spread for 12.14 million in 2016. The home boasts panoramic views of the Hudson River, the George Washington Bridge, and the New York City skyline. The home features a custom anthracite stone and gas fireplace and a glass atrium with a wrought iron staircase that leads to a second terrace. There's also a chef's kitchen with a breakfast bar, island, and wine fridge, and a separate bedroom wing. Adam Modelin and the Modelin Group has the listing. And here's the interesting thing about like every time like I see like some sort of celebrity basically spend like crazy amount of money on like a property or sell something like sell a property for a massive amount of money, a part of me is like, if I had that same amount of money, I feel like I would probably just buy a cheap house and have that extra cash to basically like not have to work or do anything that I don't want to do, right? Because I mean that's so much money, right? Like if you're good at like managing your money, you're not going to need that much money to basically not have to do anything at all for the rest of your life. Let's see any comments on this article. Love to see how the fat, privileged Politburo class lives on quaint Cranberry Street while the country implodes. Is it in Canada? Cute house, but not very private, and in no time she'll be whining and vetching about all the tourists who come to gawk at the Moonstruck house loudly. She's basically moving into a tourist attraction, and I'm surprised she has $11 million to toss around since all her movies are flop whales. Keep sports neutral. Looks like the furniture is original as well. This place does nothing at all for me. Amy will be fine there. See all the reinforced floors that will be needed. She found someone to marry her. Really, that is amazing. She is like dirt in your mouth. Cabbage Patch Schumer doesn't deserve to live there. I thought she was moving to Canada a couple years ago because she hated America. She's so embarrassing and nasty inside and out. I wish she would move far, far away, maybe to another galaxy. One can only wish. They'll never get the stink out of that place after she turns into a drive-through abortion 7-Eleven. She makes the kind of money to afford that? What the hell? And here's the thing, right? Like, it amazes me how much money some of these celebrities make. If you can't make it as a comedian, buy a townhouse that was used as a movie set. I wonder if she and Jerry Nadler communicate about being stomach stapled. Is white privilege only if it's a conservative? Isn't she donating all her worldly goods to further the socialist agenda she preaches about? Ugly on the inside and out. There's a lot of people that apparently just dislike her. My lord. This obnoxious hack is a comedian, like Biden is an intellectual. 11 million for a 5 bedroom house. Don't care where it is or what the market dictates. You got ripped off. And here's my line of thinking. For like 500 grand in most states, you could buy a mansion. Like, that's how crazy that is. Post is hitting a new low, I see. By the way, this article is on the New York Post. Miss Piggy, how can she afford it? Her last special bombed big time. There goes the neighborhood. Oof. Yeah, for some reason, people just really, really do not like her, like at all. Ooh, another comment. She's the worst. Unfunny needs a new word due to her. And here's the thing, right? Like, I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone actually like Amy Schumer, honestly, which is like really interesting to see. Like, is it possible to find someone that isn't liked by someone, like at all? I mean, I like she has to have some sort of fan base because she's obviously making enough money. But wow, like I mean, to have so much hate for someone on just like a very short article, it's kind of like crazy to see, right? But the thing is, like, it kind of like amazes me that she is making so much money to be able to actually afford to spend like $11 million, right? Roughly speaking. But here's the thing: I wonder how some of these comedians that are actually making this type of money or like good amount of money, how they're managing their money. Because I think I was listening to a podcast where some comedians on the road, even if they're not that big, could make 6 figures a year. Right? Now, that's obviously before expenses, taxes are taken in place, and all that kind of stuff, right? But like, we're probably still talking about like net after everything, maybe 50, 60,000 in their bank account, right? Like, and that's if they're like small and they're just like going around working on, the stand up spots, right? So I kind of wonder is if she's still making a lot of money, or did she make a lot of money early on when she like became big during that time frame that she was big, like where she was like everywhere? Like, is she still making good money compared to that time frame? Because if she is, maybe a purchase like this isn't that bad of an idea. But if she's not, spending $11 million is a lot of money to be spending. Like, another way to look at this, right? Putting $11 million in basically the S&P 500, after a few decades, you could probably have like 50, 60, 70 million dollars in terms of like net worth just from that, right? Without having to do like anything at all, just because of compound interest and all that kind of stuff. So like, I really would love to see one of these like very wealthy comedians go over how they manage their money, how much money they're actually making, like what is their expenses, like what is their like financial breakdown, because this is a lot of money to be spending on a place that doesn't really look that great, right? Like, we're talking like money where you could buy a castle with a moat, crocodiles, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, all over it, right? And still have money left over. Like, this is a lot of money to be spending on a 5 bedroom property, right? Pretty crazy to see. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com. If you stumbled upon this episode, feel free to give your thoughts as to what your thoughts are on Amy Schumer. Do you like her? Do you not like her?